Good morning and welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday morning. Yes, or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we are looking at Love Is. And this one is written by Diane Adams and illustrated by Keane. And if these illustrations look familiar, it is indeed from another book that we've read here on Storytime. Then that was Why. That was illustrated by Keane. So yes, amazing illustrations, and we are in for a treat. Good morning to you and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Storytime today. And I hope to see all your messages today and we can read together and share. Good morning to you. Thank you so much, Isabella, Luis, and Leslie for joining us this morning. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? And of course, good morning to you, Sheba Chanda, or is it good evening out in Zambia? Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you are ready for our story. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Michelle Jaramillo Cortez, I hope you are ready for this one, my sister. This one is Love Is. Yes, I know what love is, Michelle. Thank you so much. You are always there. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, amazing person right there. All right, and Chriselle joining us with Clay Rocco out in Long Beach. Good morning to you, LBC in the house. Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you're ready for Love Is. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Please let us know who is with you, who is joining in with you, and where indeed you're joining us from. Good morning. And I hope today I can get all the messages so I am able to say good morning to everybody. Thank you so much. Ellen in Chicago, and you say it is sunny and mild in Chicago. Thank you so much, Ellen, for sharing that. And of course you say, hope you are safe from fires and smoke. Thank you so much for checking in, Ellen. Yes, it is indeed tough times, but we're powering through, and just hope that family and friends are all doing well. Yes, it is indeed a time to think and have good thoughts about our loved ones and our friends and our community in general. Yes, much needed. Thank you, Ellen, for checking in on that. Good morning to you, Jen Vetter. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining in as always. I hope you are safe and having yourself a good time with your family. Thank you for joining in Storytime today. Please let us know who is in with you and where you're joining us from. And hope indeed the messages come through today so I can see who is with us. Thank you so much. And we are reading Love Is. And this one is by Diane Adams and illustrated by Keane. Good morning to you. All right, good morning to you, Jackson. How are you doing? Emerson in the house, how are you doing today? And to you, John, good morning to you. How are you both doing? I hope you're saying safe. Good morning to you. And thank you so much for joining us. And of course, Lucy and Wally, good to see you here. And you say, oh, they're pancakes this morning. Oh my goodness, that is where I need to be. Thank you so much for joining us. And say, Lucy is excited for this one today. Oh, it is a good one indeed, Lucy. You are in for a treat. Probably as good as those pancakes that you're having right now. And you say stay safe. Thank you so much. Yes, we are thinking of everybody out there and hoping and that everything goes well, and safety, their lives, that everybody stays safe, and indeed if they're evacuated, that they still find ways to keep safe, and that the people working on it are doing all that they can. Thank you so much for sharing all those messages today, and thank you for joining in Storytime today. And I think the book is very appropriate as we think of what love is, indeed, as we think of all our friends that are in dire situations right now. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and hopefully these few minutes that we're reading together, we can indeed just dwell on love and just kind of be in a world where we can kind of block out all the things that are happening right now for a minute, and then we can get back to real life soon. But thank you so much for all those messages. Absolutely appreciate it. Good morning to you, Soraya. How are you doing? And you're right here in Oakland, and you say good morning. Thank you so much, Soraya, for joining us. Harmony Beth, thank you for joining in. I hope you're staying safe because you're right here in the Bay Area. Thank you so much. And to you, Samia Karimi, always good to hear from you. And you say blessings and love to everybody. Thank you so much, Samia. That is much, much appreciated and needed today. Thank you, thank you. Isabella, Luis, and Leslie one more time. And to you, Danny, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you indeed. Right here in Auckland. And to you, baby Marco, how are you doing? And Camille in Sunnyvale, absolutely love having you here. Thank you for joining in Storytime, and I hope you are staying safe indeed. Thank you so much. Macedarina, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Is it good evening all the way out in Zambia, in Chirundu, Zambia? Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Joseph Chungu, thank you so much for joining in. Good evening to you. Please let us know where you are joining us from. All right, and we started off a little bit early today. Just wanted to make sure that all the comments got in, but right now we're going to get started with our story for today. Love is. Yes, what is love to you? And this one is written by Diane Adams and illustrated by Claire Keane. We are in for a treat. And of course, we are reading this book with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Good morning to you. Love is holding something fragile. Tiny wings and downy head. Aww. Love is noisy midnight feedings. Shoebox right beside the bed. Oh. I'm sure parents out there, you relate to that. It's peaceful sleeping, no more peeping, tucked in tightly, head to toes. Aww. Love is waking up together, side by side, and beak to nose. It's early mornings, messy bath times, tidying up and settling down. Love is in familiar voices, feeling lost and being found. Love is in familiar voices, feeling lost and being found. It's in the struggles, growing muscles. Ready for a bigger pond. It's sensing when the time is right to lift those wings to travel on. Right? It is sensing when the time is right to lift those wings to travel on. Love is nudging, gently tugging, coaxing baby from the nest. It's getting to the edge and hoping, letting nature do the rest. Love is missing, reminiscing, wishing things could stay the same. It's understanding even ducklings, like the seasons, have to change. And love is also watching, waving, wondering if love remembers you. And knowing in a happy instant that love has lasted. And grown some too. The end. Thank you so much for joining in that story today. I hope it warms your heart and indeed helps you just feel the love of family and friends, and of course, as we think about everybody out there that may not be as fortunate right now. But yes, we're here together sharing a beautiful story and indeed sharing our love with our families and friends. Thank you so much for joining in today, and I hope that story you're able to relate to it, or it made you laugh, made you smile. And yes, sometimes it may be hard to smile, but today I hope you find that little smile together here today. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and hopefully see you again tomorrow. And please do stay safe, and I hope you and your loved ones are all staying safe. But remember, we are back here again with another story, and we will be reading together Good Night Rainbow Cats. Do join in for that one to round off our week of celebrating animals. Thank you so much for joining in today. Thank you. Much appreciated from everybody that was with us. Let's see who else joined us this morning. Isabella, Luis, and Leslie, as always, hugs to you. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate you indeed. And to you, baby Marco and Camille out in Sunnyvale, thank you for joining in Story Time today. Good to have you back. Thank you. And Derina joining us all the way out in Chirundu, Zambia. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, have a lovely night. Thank you so much. And to you, Joseph Chungu, for joining us one more time. Thank you, and welcome to Story Time, and hopefully see you again tomorrow. Vundukai, Nakai, and of course Noctula and Julia, thank you so much for joining us all the way out in Whiteford, Maryland. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining in. Jennifer Vera, you said, I needed that particular story today. Thank you. We all do. We all absolutely do. And I'm glad that it was able to connect. Thank you so much, Jen Vera. Always appreciate that feedback. Thank you so much. Rachel Reed Mudenda out in El Paso, Texas. Thank you so much. Good to see you here. And yes, hopefully see you again on Storytime tomorrow. Thank you so much. Saying yes, beautiful, comforting messages, and during trying times, absolutely. We're going through so much, but together we can band together and just comfort each other through. Yes, thank you so much for joining in, and thank you for that lovely message, Harmony Beth. Absolutely loving being here today, just listening to these comforting messages. We encourage each other and keep going. Thank you so much. Great to see everybody out here. All right, Clementine Ford, you said we missed most part of it, but good morning from Eli and Wells. Eli and Wells, good to have you as always. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you're having yourselves a good day out in LA. Thank you so much for joining in. And I hope you can catch the rest of the story later on. Thank you so much for joining in. All right, and Brave Man, well, you all brought a smile to my face as well. Thank you so much for joining in. I absolutely appreciate this community, and I hope to see you again tomorrow when we are back for Good Night Rainbow Cats. Do join in for that one and round off our week. Do stay safe. Much love from me as always, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please be safe. Your family, your friends, we're sending them best of wishes from Storytime, and have yourselves a good day. Thank you so much for joining in. Much love as always. Bye-bye.